What's up, everybody? So for today's vlog, we're gonna be making Pinoy style kimchi. So first things first, you're gonna be needing some napa cabbage. You're gonna be cutting it in between. So we're just gonna cut it in half, just like that. So now that we got 4 portions of this napa cabbage, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the base part and just throw that away. And now I'm just gonna cut bite-sized pieces. Now this napa cabbage is a little big, so I'm gonna have to go back again and I'll be cutting it one more time so that it could actually fit into the jars. Because the jars that I'm using is fairly small. Medyo maliit siya, so I'll be cutting this into small pieces. And right now the process that we will be doing is we will be brining this napa cabbage in salt brine for about let's give it like maybe 1 hour, just to be sure that it's good. So as you can see, the cabbage is already good to go. Now we're just gonna go ahead and add some salt. Rock salt will be fine. So right here I'm using rock salt, and I also used iodized salt. So give it a little mix. I'll just put a little bit more, just to be sure. Now this is gonna give it that flavor, so we're gonna add some water. Alright, so now we're just gonna mix it to make sure that the salt has thoroughly, evenly spread it throughout the napa cabbage. And we're just gonna add a little bit of more water and make sure that it's slightly submerged. Alright, and now we're ready to go. So I'm just gonna cover that and let it sit for 1 hour. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and make the paste. We have onion, garlic, ginger, carrot, and spring onion. Alright, let's make the paste. So we have 1/4 Korean spicy chili flakes, and we have 1 big white onion. Next, we have about 1/4 of ginger, and this is about 6 to 8 cloves of garlic. Now we have 1 teaspoon of oyster sauce, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, and also for a little more taste we put 1 teaspoon of kikkoman. Now I'm gonna add 1/4 of patis fish sauce, and we're gonna add a little bit of water. And to give it a little kick, we're gonna add some brown sugar. You can use white sugar, it's up to you. Now we're just gonna cover that. If you don't have a blender, you can use a NutriBullet like how I'm using it. So we want to make sure that when we blend it, it's like really like a puree. It's gonna give it a really good flavor with all these mixtures. So as you can see, I'm gonna use the NutriBullet today so that we can actually get this paste going. Give it a little shake. Alright guys, so right now I'm gonna be blending it until it gets to that red texture. So it's gonna make like a red sauce, just like this. Alright, I'm gonna open it up and show you guys. Alright, so if you guys don't have rice flour or any flour, like what I'm doing, I'm using tapioca flour. So make sure if you're using tapioca flour, you mix it in the water before you actually heat up the flame. And also you can go ahead and add the brown sugar, and what you're looking for is the consistency of like it has to be really thick, just like this, as you can see. So now we're just gonna set that aside and let it cool for about like 5 minutes. So now that it's been cooled, so we're gonna add that paste that we made earlier. And also we're gonna add the carrots and the spring onions and mix it well together. So this is gonna be the base paste. This is the paste that we're gonna be putting onto the Napa cabbage. So we're just gonna give it a little mix here, guys. Alright guys, so we're gonna make sure that we mix it properly, and then after that gonna add a little bit of more Korean spicy chili flakes, and let me just give it a little taste. Alright, it tastes really good. I'm just gonna make an adjustment and add some iodized salt and just a little bit of fish sauce, and actually it's good to go. So now the Napa cabbage has been brining for about 1 hour now, and as you can see, it's already like it kind of got smaller. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is give it a good wash and give it a taste like this, and that's how you know it's good to go. So I'm gonna do the first batch here, just a small batch, and then I'm just gonna cover it with the kimchi paste that we made. And then we're just gonna, once we give it a good mix and it's actually good to go, we're gonna add a little bit of more Napa cabbage and do the same process again, so that everything is coated evenly. Alright, so as you can see guys, it's starting to look good already. We're just gonna add a little bit more, and I'm gonna finally put most of the kimchi paste onto the cabbage. So just keep repeating this step until you got all the cabbage already fully covered in the kimchi paste. This is a very simple yet delicious recipe. I mean, I'm gonna let this thing ferment outside of the fridge for about, like, let's say 1 day, or until I start seeing bubbles. Once you start seeing bubbles, you can put it inside the fridge. So guys, when you're packing the kimchi in, make sure you press it down. The packer it is, the better it is. So make sure that when you're packing the kimchi, it's packed inside, and make sure you leave a little bit of space so that when you see it bubbling, you can see it from outside. You just burp it every now and then, like give it like 3 to 4 hours. Just open the lid and then just let the air escape, because that's what's gonna happen during the fermentation process. So here you go guys, I'm pressing it down so there's no bubbles inside. And here we go guys. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you again for watching. It's a very simple recipe. See you guys.